Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got Colin Cowherd chooses the top 10 players in the NBA bubble as of right now, guys. So we've been all watching a ton of NBA basketball and stuff like that, man. So, I'm going to give you guys my players, man. And it better be in this order or, Colin Cowherd straight up, man, as a casual that's not watching NBA basketball, right, man? Number 1, Anthony Warren Jr., a.k.a. TJ Warren. Number 2, Michael Porter Jr. Number 3, Devin Booker. Number 4, LeBron. Number 5, Giannis. Number 6, Harden. Number 7, LEONARD. Number 8, Jokic. Number 9, Simmons. No, wait. Cat. No, wait. Joel Embiid. And number 10, Bol. That's the top 10 in that order there, guys. Here we go.
NBA is back. I thought I'd say, who are the 10 best players?
See how it compares to mine
in the bubble. Now, TJ Warren's scoring well. I don't consider him going forward a top 10 player in the bubble. But my 10 favorite.
It's right now! So what's the point of doing a video about the top 10 in the bubble when it don't matter about what's been done in the bubble, man? Like, at this point, it's just say who's the top 10 players playing right now. But who's been the top 10 in the bubble?
Players in the bubble, starting with number 10. Chris Paul, for years, people said was the most overrated player in the league. He's now officially the most underrated player in the NBA.
Nobody called him overrated. He was overpaid.
Surprise in the league. He is so old school, it hurts. The mid-range angle jumper, feisty, yells at players and teammates. He is total old school.
Who was ever calling Chris, like you let me know, did you ever think Chris Paul was overrated? Like, I don't know, man. Like, listen, overpaid is different. His contract not great at his age and everything like that. But obviously now it's like he's an all-star still. So I don't think he was ever overrated, though. Like, we all knew Chris Paul was always great. Injury-prone, past few seasons. But been fine now.
But he's one of 3 players to average 20 points and 7 assists in the bubble and shoot over 50% from the field. I think you could make an argument. He's a top 4, top 5 MVP candidate.
TJ Warren's one of 1 player to average like 97 points in the bubble.
We always, he and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan don't win more. This was the best team in the league in the last 3 weeks. Chris Paul has had an unbelievable season, and he's back at it.
That he has. I agree.
JAYSON Tatum, I think, is going to be literally a top 10 player, top 7 player by next year.
It was top 4 last time I watched one of these videos.
In the bubble against Milwaukee. Boston does not match up well with Milwaukee. They look too small. But he scored 30-plus in 10 of his last 16 games. He also had a monster game against Portland, led them to a win. And I think he's one of the few players in the league. He can put it on the deck. He can create his own shot. He can hit a 3. He can finish at the rim. He's clever. Number 9, Jayson Tatum.
He pretty much just
LUKA DONCIC.
described
only player averaging a triple-double.
Danilo Gallinari.
The bubble. Here's Dallas's problem. The NBA has always been a baby step league. They just don't know how to finish off games. They outplayed Houston for all but 3 minutes and lost. They don't know how to win yet. They're one of 4 winless teams in the bubble, and they're between Porzingis and LUKA.
Yeah, Luka's definitely got to work on his clutch factor. I'll probably say that's probably his biggest weakness right now. Let's not say he's not hit clutch shots before in his career, his very young career, but just more consistent with it. He's really got to be that big-time closer.
Trey Burke, they got all sorts of offense. But this league is about figuring how, with 4 minutes left, like how we close it out.
I agree with that.
We're down 4, we're up 4. How do we close it out? They haven't figured out how to do it. But LUKA, is remarkable. Russell Westbrook, I'm a critic of him. He's not taking a lot of threes. 31
That's
points
good.
in both bubble games. I thought he's been very good defensively. Listen, he can unravel. He can get unhinged. He's erratic. This has been great.
But in a good way.
Control. He's played defense. Listen, he's not a good long-range shooter, and that's problematic because that's sort of what the league is now. But I think this has been the best Westbrook.
Yeah, but when you have a guy as tenacious and as aggressive as Westbrook is getting to the basket, I mean, for one, yes, he doesn't shoot a lot of threes. He's not great from 3, but that's the difference between him and Ben Simmons. Where Ben Simmons just doesn't shoot them. even if you shoot them sometimes and you can knock down like 29%, obviously, yeah, like, you know, teams aren't going to like write their defensive game plan around that, but it's still in the defender's back in the mind being like, well, maybe I should be like a step closer to this man, right? So that's kind of the difference. But at the same time, too, they run the small ball lineup. So it's like, it's okay when you have a guy like Russell that can get to the basket as long as you surround him with everybody else that, you know, can make threes and stuff. So
a player I've always thought's better, slightly, Damian Lillard. One of two players averaging 25 and 10. He has the most assists in the bubble.
Oh, yeah, Melo's in my top 10.
He is Westbrook, but
Melo's in my top 10.
Dead.
Well, he's been playing.
Long-range shooter. If you told me there's one guy in the bubble, one shot to win, that's it. He's the guy. His range, he and Steph Curry are the only players in the league. Unlimited range. Shoot it when you get past half.
Have you not met LEONARD?
I think he is so good in crucial spots, nerves of steel, and I think he's a better player than Westbrook. I don't know if he's the athlete. He's not that far behind, but I think Damian Lillard is the go-to shooter in this bubble.
Okay.
Anthony Davis, most free throw attempts. I mean, listen, you watched last night. You can't stop him.
I have AD over Joel, actually.
I don't love what I see late in games. He doesn't have a lot of dog in him. Damian Lillard's got dog in him, but he scored 90 points in the bubble. That's the most by any player.
I got a lot of hot dogs in me.
He really is. If he could hit a three-point shot consistently, you can't really defend him. I mean, you can't. He's a harder guard than LeBron if he hits a three. You can't defend him. I just don't trust him late.
Yeah, that's what LeBron's for, right?
I do trust late because he's been great in the bubble late. Second highest scoring average in the bubble. Most steals by any player in the bubble.
Who's the number one scoring average? I'm just wondering. Who's number one? It's TJ Warren. TJ Warren, man. It's okay to give new players respect. It's okay to give respect towards guys that have not been in the top 10, but we're talking about top 10 in the bubble, man. Like, he's been top. He's been a top dog, man.
Averaging the most 17 free throw attempts
Cream
per game.
City.
Here's the thing about James Harden. His style's very ball-centric. 4 months off is the best thing that happened to James Harden. He looks fresh. That's why he's playing defense. He's fresh. I mean, he's got energy. I mean, he's been very good. So James Harden is unbelievable. But I put Kawhi over him because I think Kawhi is, you know, first or second best defensive
better all-around player.
He's the only guy, Kawhi, in the bubble averaging 25 points a game, under 30 minutes. So his efficiency is scary. He's the ultimate team guy. He's got the highest plus.
Why does he play that much?
You know, you can say what you want about load management. When he's on the floor, his intensity and his efficiency are scary, are like historically good. Got to give it to Giannis because he's
Giannis at 2, so we got LeBron at 1.
Most rebounds of any player in the bubble. Probably the best defensive player of any player in the bubble. 35 and 15 and 5 average in the bubble. He's just really good.
Scoring on
PJ
really Tucker.
Developed into
not easy to do.
There's a lot of things. Leadership, likability. I mean, listen, go ask Boston. Like, Boston can't defend him. Boston
Nobody can.
Plays well against everybody in the East. Not Giannis.
Nope, that's because he's an MVP.
Answer for him. That's why Chris Middleton plays so well. They double Giannis, and Middleton goes off against the Celtics. LeBron, what do you want me to say? Best leader in the bubble, smartest player in the bubble, most experience in the bubble, only guy averaging 19-9.
What do you mean by smart? You call everybody else stupid?
In the bubble.
Basketball IQ, probably, right?
And he also he controls the tempo in the bubble.
Royce O'Neal literally.
What he's done.
Royce O'Neal literally looks like an off-brand LeBron. Like this man's like, what for Halloween, someone be LeBron James. Got the number 23, got the old school headband, got the beard going.
LeBron's really done.
Likes the basketball
really
skill, but it's all good.
He really lets the game come to him in the first 2 to 3 quarters, unless he has to take over because the Lakers are a mess. He really in the first quarter and a half really is about letting the game come to him. Has a surge late in the first half, takes over the fourth.
He's always been like that.
That's what smart.
Very passive in the first quarter.
He remains the best player in the bubble. I said, if you had one shot, 9 seconds left in the bubble, Game 7, you'd take Damian Lillard. If I said one possession, I'd say LeBron. What's
the difference?
I'd say
what's
probably
the difference?
Kawhi or Giannis. And one guy to draw the foul would be James Harden. So LeBron is my number 1 player in the bubble.
Okay, I mean, yeah, it wasn't a bad list. You know, obviously not as good as mine in the beginning right there, but I really don't understand what's the difference between, like, last shot versus last possession. I mean, I guess there's like 0.7 seconds left. Okay, I guess you want Damian shooting it, but, you know, I don't know, man. What do you all think, guys? Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.